Mr. Yevnukian, several news publications have stated that Charles Michel is conducting negotiations with both sides in order for the next round of talks in December to take place in Brussels, while earlier, Zakharova claimed that they are planning meetings of the foreign ministers. Apparently, both sides are showing interest in this matter, and it is up to Nicole to decide which one he prefers. The current opinion is that recently, Nicole's preference lies with the West, although he officially stated that Armenia has no plans on changing its course, yet he still prefers to go to the West. His latest visits are a testimony, as they have been mostly to Western nations. How would you comment on this, Mr. Yevnukian?
Yes, but what is curious is that when asked if such a meeting was planned, Pashinyan clearly answered that he did not receive an invitation from Charles Michel. Pashinyan masterfully manipulated the matter and avoided giving a direct answer, where you have to assume that since he did not receive an invitation, then naturally he would not be going to a meeting in Brussels where he was not invited. Meanwhile, Russia through Zakharova has stated that there is an open invitation from Moscow. Therefore, we can assume that Pashinyan's preferred destination would be Russia. Of course, that is how it will happen. Unless the undeniable exertion of pressure from the West is so effective that it would prevent Pashinyan from going to Moscow again. When we say the West, we understand it to be the collective West, where the United States is the big brother, and Europe is the little brother. The younger brother listens to and respects the older brother. Therefore, it should be understood that what is happening and what will happen in these matters is with the approval and consent, if not direct involvement, of the United States for quite some time and presently as well. The West is trying very hard to pull Armenia into its orbit. Unfortunately, Nicole, like an erratic and capricious child who throws a tantrum by stomping his feet on the ground, is resisting in doing the right thing. This leaves the West with no other choice but to drag Nicole against his will in the direction of the democratic West, since it is in the best interest of Armenia. That is exactly what is happening now, and the West is treating Pashinyan the way one would treat a spoiled brat or a badly behaving child. Nicole Pashinyan is a weasel, but he is not an idiot. Smart bastards, as a rule, are more dangerous than stupid ones, since the smart ones always find ways to maneuver and prolong their miserable existence. Realizing that both the West and Russia are dissatisfied with his indecisiveness and disgruntled for his acrobatics of walking a tightrope, Pashinyan's only purpose at this time is to prolong his political life as long as possible. Pashinyan will not be able to keep up this balancing act much longer, since both sides are utterly disgusted with him. Unfortunately, we are the ones who suffer, since as long as Nicole is still in power, our problems drag on, and we will have more and more losses. The question of the 8 enclaves is the next looming problem that will result in more losses for us, since Pashinyan has already stated that those 8 enclaves are Azerbaijan's. Thus, by giving Aliyev the go-ahead to take those enclaves, Pashinyan has gifted Aliyev another lever of putting pressure on Armenia. Taking those enclaves will inevitably create a volatile situation culminating in a new armed conflict. Aliyev most likely will use Nicole's gift of enclaves and the threat of force in taking them as a bargaining chip to pressure Armenia in giving Aliyev his most desired prize. That is the Zangezur corridor.
Do you think it will happen in the near future?
I think it depends on Aliyev, because Nicole Pashinyan has already given Aliyev the green light to take those enclaves.